This is the 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe Santa Cruz. Its main rival is the Ford Maverick. This is a little more expensive, but offers a lot more standard features and a longer warranty. And there is a lot about this car that may interest you, and you certainly want to take it for a test drive before you make your final decision. Let's get started with taking a closer look at this vehicle. In the end, we'll talk about pros and cons, competitors, and the price, so stay with us. The Santa Cruz has a very unique look, but the new XRT trim replaces the previous SEL trim, and there are some minor revisions and standard features that are now available. LED headlights are standard. The Santa Cruz comes in a lot of different trim levels: the SE, SEL, Night, XRT, and Limited, and the new XRT variant offers an optional activity package. The XRT offers wider fender flares, side steps, and bed rails, which our test vehicle has. Our test vehicle rides on 20-inch alloy wheels with an all-season tire. I do like this XRT trim package. It's got a lot of neat off-road look to it. All Santa Cruzes are all-wheel drive except for the SE trim level. The Santa Cruz is shorter, lower, and larger than its competitors, and it has a ground clearance of 8.6 inches. There are some of the unique features about this vehicle that are important to note. The warranty on the Santa Cruz is much like that of any other Hyundai. That is a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, but it does include 3 years, 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance, which will help lower your overall cost. Also available, a 4-door crew cab, and the cargo bed is a bit shorter than its mid-sized truck competitors, but the bed is 4 feet long. Coming around to the back, you're going to see a center window, which is really nice for long items. Also, you have a locking cargo cover. We'll show you that in just a second. LED taillights, the Hyundai logo here. H-Track, which means all-wheel drive, 2.5-liter turbocharged engine, and that Santa Cruz logo is embossed across the back. We were off-roading this, so you're going to see some dirt along the way. You're going to see reflectors here, and of course, there's a hitch as well, and we'll cover that in towing capacity in just a second. To get into the bed of the truck, there's a step on each corner, which makes it easier when you got to put something in or take something out of the bed. Under the hood are two powertrain options. The SE and the SEL get the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 191 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque, backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission with a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds. Fuel economy, 22 miles per gallon in the city and 26 on the highway. The Night, the XRT, and the Limited trim, which is our test vehicle, come with a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 281 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, also backed by an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Towing capacity is 5,000 pounds. Fuel economy, 19 miles per gallon in the city and 27 on the highway. 0 to 60 time, 6.5 seconds. All Santa Cruzes are all-wheel drive except for that SE trim level. The Santa Cruz is designed to be an everyday driver, comfortable to drive, hauling 5 passengers, and then if you want to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever, pick up some gardening supplies, or maybe take some mountain bikes out off-roading, that would be fun. And you can do all of that in a vehicle like this. This vehicle is really designed to be essentially an SUV with a truck bed, and that's why it looks like the other SUVs that are in the Hyundai lineup. Because we're near this quarry, I thought it'd be kind of fun to see how this thing handles off-road. And I've been driving it for a week, so we have a good feel for how it absorbs some of the potholes like that are here in the New York area, because New York State roads are not that great. But in the meantime, let's just look at this vehicle as it sits. It has all the technology that you would want in an SUV, but it also has the ability for you to do some of that light off-roading. If you want to go camping, that'd be great. Maybe you want to tailgate, whatever that might be. This vehicle fits every single niche that you would want to do something fun, and the towing capacity isn't bad either. Now, you really want to haul something heavy, or maybe this doesn't work for you, then you probably want to look for a larger truck or a larger SUV, depending upon what your needs are. But you can have a lot of fun in this vehicle. It is a really nice sport activity vehicle. When it comes to the Santa Cruz, it is one of the nicest cabins that you can get in this category. It has really nice soft touch materials. The vents are here also really nicely built in and integrated. I like the fact that Hyundai has really thought about who's using this vehicle and then taking your feedback and blending that into the vehicles that you purchase. Standard is an 8-inch infotainment touchscreen with an optional 10.25-inch digital screen. That display comes standard on the top trim levels. The SEL Activity Package adds that 10.3-inch infotainment screen. Night, XRT, and Limited get the screen included. There is no real leather available, not even on the XRT trim. Bose Premium Audio, wireless device charging, wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, as well as Hyundai's BlueLink services are provided for free for 3 years. The Santa Cruz seats 5 with some power seats on the driver's side and manual on the passenger side, which is kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. You kind of wish there was power seats, considering the price point of the top trim level is quite high, and we'll discuss that at the end. 3-stage heated and 3-stage vented seats, as well as heated steering wheel, are included on our top trim level. Safety is standard on the Santa Cruz, which is really good because a lot of times there is additional upcharges. The only thing that is not included and optional is the adaptive cruise control. That means standard forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking, standard lane departure warning and lane keeping assist, standard blind spot monitoring and a rear cross traffic alert, really important on a vehicle this size, as well as optional 360-degree parking camera and high-resolution screen. The seats are pretty comfortable, and the second row, unfortunately, is a bit flat, but you'll probably have a child safety seat back there, or maybe someone who's sitting back there for a short period of time. Getting into the second row, there is a good amount of room. It's a bit tight, but so is the Maverick. There are nets behind each seat, vents on this trim level, as well as 2 USB-A charge ports, not C's, A's. There are cup holders in the door, as well as window lifts. But this has a pretty good amount of headroom, and there is also pulls so you can get out of the vehicle. But you can fold these seats flat. These seats fold up, and underneath is the jack for the spare tire, which is underneath the bed. There's also storage underneath this seat. They fold 60-40. One of the things I really like about this vehicle is the hoodless instrument gauge, as well as the center screen. It's large, it's easy to use, and everything is very intuitive. There's a good amount of space in this vehicle, but I really like what Hyundai has done with putting this on the road. Now, initially, it looked like the Maverick was taking the big chunk of this marketplace, but Santa Cruz is starting to pick up a little bit of steam, which is good for the brand. But the Maverick Hybrid is really the leader in this pack, and so Hyundai is going to upgrade this Santa Cruz in the near future. We're going to see even more things for not just off-road, but more usability. But overall, this vehicle offers a lot more standard features, certainly a longer warranty, and the safety features come with it, except for that one option like I described. Let's hit the brakes, see how this does. Really nicely balanced. But then again, these days, most cars have good balance from performance and braking. People are getting used to having something that performs in a certain way, and Hyundai has done a great job delivering this all in one package, making this vehicle an SUV essentially, but having that truck bed space. Let's take a look at the cargo space, and I'll show you how usable it is. You can use the key fob or open the tailgate of this 4-foot wide bed. This is a lockable cover. Push it forward. And now you've got your 4-foot bed, which is washable. So if you're taking it to a soccer match or you're going tailgating, you can make this a very usable tailgate. With the tailgate down, you'll see that it is fully flat and it'll hold a 4x8 sheet of plywood. In addition, open up underneath, much like that of a Honda Ridgeline, and you're going to find additional storage in the back. And this is great if you want to rinse it out. There's a drain inside as well. There are tie downs in the bed, as well as lights, so you can see what you're doing. And this is really designed so that you can use this when you do need a truck, and when you don't, now you've got a locking rear cover. Great for going to the airport. You can put your luggage in the back. The 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz has some pros and cons. On the positive side, it's got a very comfortable ride, and this turbocharged engine is really easy to drive. It almost makes you feel like you're driving a hybrid because there's no turbo lag. It's just really easy to drive. Great technology, standard safety, including that blind spot camera, my absolute favorite, and still shocked that no one has copied that. Impressive assortment of tech is standard on this vehicle, and the thoughtful features in a cargo bed make this very usable for everyday use. If you're thinking, I'd like like to have a truck, but does it make sense? This may make it make sense for you because you're getting everything that's in an SUV and then still having that cargo space. On the negative side, the rear seats are a bit on the flat side, and I think that's kind of standard when you're talking about something in this price category. The rear visibility compared to its competitors is a little bit limited, and the upper trim level does get a bit pricey, which brings us to price. Now we're talking about a price starting at $26,900 for the SE trim level. Our fully loaded vehicle, which is the XRT with all the goodies, comes in at $41,320, which makes it a little more expensive than its competitors. Those competitors are the Ford Maverick and the Honda Ridgeline. Yes, there are some other competitors such as the Ranger and so forth, but this is really an SUV with a cargo bed and back, which makes it very usable. If you have any additional questions about the Hyundai Santa Cruz, put them down below. We'll be sure to answer those questions. We want you to make good buying decisions and have car smarts, which is why this channel is here. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is in the description, or stay a moment longer and we'll give you a way to save some money on your cell phone plan. If you got value from this video, please like and subscribe. We do appreciate the support. It means a lot to us, and we thank you so much for your time, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so darn high? What are we paying all this money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? We are partnering with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers all of these features for as low as $15 per month. They're reimagining the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online. No stores, no salespeople, just huge direct-to-you savings. Why should you pay more when you have access to premium wireless? Mint Mobile runs on the nation's largest 5G network. Whether you use your phone to watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, or play games, you get the same speed and performance as the big guys while connecting to Mint's network. How hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. Just go to trymintmobile.com/LaurenFix, also linked in the description down below, to get premium wireless for $15 a month.